Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. This is Khurram Zahir Chishti. I'm a certified neuro-linguistic programming coach, and today my book review is The Morning Miracle by an author called L. Elrod, which primarily this book focuses on the important activities that we should do in the morning to ensure we take a head start on our day and we control our day instead of the day controlling us. So let's delve into it further. This is The Morning Miracle, the book I just showed you, and I highly encourage you to read, get your own copy and read because it's a very effective and it has very effective strategy which you can implement in your day-to-day lives. So, as to just to introduce and give you a general perspective of this book, the degree to which you accept the responsibility for everything in your life is precisely the degree of personal power you have to change anything in your life. Primarily, what stating is that okay, once you take the responsibility for anything that in your life, rather than blaming the environment, the circumstances, other people, you get empowered and you can take actions to get it corrected. Even when the life is difficult or challenging, in every challenge and difficulty lies an opportunity, lies a hope, and you can learn and see what is there for you in the opportunity that is presenting to you. Jim Roshan, a very renowned motivational speaker, he has said, okay, your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. First, you have to develop yourself, make yourself into a person who deserves the promotion, who deserves that project, and then the project, the promotion will follow itself. So your morning routines decide your day and eventually your destiny. Desperation is the raw material for drastic change. Only those who can leave behind everything and work towards their future will eventually make efforts to ensure their future is aligned with their reality. And I like to take a quotation from the book which states, to make profound changes in your life, you need either desperation or inspiration. Now you choose which one you want. To give you overview, the author gives a acronym called SAVERS. What do they stand for? S is for silence, A for affirmations, uh, V is for visualization, E is for exercises, R is for reading, S is for scribbling. We will delve into each of these. And before we move further, let's talk about some important points which the author makes regarding our life and what we should be aware of. First, thoughts. Every day, an average person thinks around 50,000 to 60,000 thoughts, and 95% of which, scientifically proven from psychologists and from the data that they are having, 95% of thoughts are repeated thoughts of the previous days. You and hence even after like 10 years you could be thinking of the same thing because every day you have a repeat. 95% you repeat the previous day, again next day you repeat, again next day you repeat, so even after 10 years you'll be doing the same thing. Hence people, no wonder that most people go through life day after day, month after month, year after year, and nothing ever changes because the thoughts are still the same. Purpose in life. You choose a purpose in life and start living it today. Your purpose in life you could be a top performer in your work. Your purpose in life could be your best husband. You could be the best father. Whatever. You have to identify your purpose in life. Don't isolate instances. How you do anything is how you do everything. It's a major point in Secrets of the Millionaires, a book which I'll review soon. Any action that you do, going to a gym or not going to a gym, pressing the snooze button affects your whole day. Pressing the snooze button is not your one act which you say, okay, fine, I'll sleep for another 5 minutes, and then that 5 minutes becomes 2 hours. It indicates an act of procrastination and that you carry to the day. Okay, fine, I'll get up in 5 minutes, and then you get up after 2 hours. I'll finish the work now, you finish after 2 days. I'll eat it now, you do it after the 3 hours. I will submit the report by tomorrow, and that tomorrow never comes. So the attitude is very critical, and that is judged on the day to day how you handle your day to day activities. Accountability. From CEOs to professional athletes to presidents of states, they all of them embrace a very high degree of accountability. Unfortunately, post we leave our college days, academic life, the the accountability that we had to our teachers, the consequences we would face in terms of spanking or caning or punishments are no more there in professional life. We are accountable, but in a professional way, but the sense and the degree of accountability that we had gets reduced. So the best way to be accountable is to be accountable, make yourself accountable by journaling, by monitoring, by measuring against what you had planned and what it came by. You can have accountability partners as well. You can have a gym partner, your wife could be accountability partner, your friend could be one, depending on how much you can, how much your own relationships and rapport with a person. So misery loves company. Don't let the fears, insecurities, and limiting belief of others impact you. Extraordinary life. The most extraordinary life you can imagine is available to you, no matter what happened in the past, just waiting for you to develop yourself into the person you need to be. Reason we don't achieve our potential is that 95% of us we live in a someday mode. We will do it someday, we'll go to the gym someday, we will start this project someday, we'll do this certification someday, and that someday never comes, and which leads to procrastination, unfulfilled potential, and eventually regret. We don't commit to thinking and living differently than most people and hence end up struggling. Mediocrity. Mediocrity has nothing to do with you and comparing with other people. It's a result of you not making commitment to continuously improve, grow, and keep move forward. World is moving, new information is coming. If you don't keep abreast, you don't know what's happening. Eventually, you start decaying, both in terms of physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health. You need to keep reading about your own field of expertise, keep meeting people, because to stay, change is the only constant in the world, and to stay in the world you have to change. Change does not mean that you are a one person one day, person B the other day. It means that you keep learning, keep growing, and be adaptable. Sleep. The author highlights the critical aspect which sleep has in our daily lives. And for sleep, he does not mean to say that you have to sleep 8 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. All he says is that before sleeping, you make this commitment to yourself that I am sleeping now. Sleeping is a natural phenomena, just like eating, drinking, going to washroom. So sleep, body will sleep as much as it's required. And you just have this affirmation before you sleep that once you get up, you will be charged up, you'll be fresh, and you will take on the world. Because if you make up your mind to sleep for 8 hours, you sleep for 6 hours, when you get up you say okay fine, I'm slept 2 hours late, oh I'm tired, and your day, the whole day gets worn out. Hence, to have that aspect, to confirm to that aspect, you have got sufficient sleep, you affirm before sleeping that you will sleep. But when you get up, whatever the sleep hours body need, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, body will sleep. And when you get up, you'll be fresh, you'll be awakened, and you'll take on the world. So let's start with the savers overview. S is for silence. It's intentional quiet, i.e., that means it should not be something you have nothing to do, that's why you're sitting in silence. You don't want to talk to the person next to you, that's why you're sitting in silence. Not like that. It has to be intentional, planned. You take a corner or a time when you will not be disturbed to keep the distractions away. In that quiet time, you do the prayer, you meditate, you can breathe, do the breathing exercises to lower activity and raise focus. A is for affirmations, behavior anchored self talk to prime identity and actions. Some your own self talk which you keep repeating to yourself so that you internalize the energetic words and act on them. V is visualization. Every athlete in the world, top class athlete, have confirmed they use visualization before their own shot, beat in tennis, beat in cricket. They see how is it going to take place and how is it going to act out. And they have the self belief that whatever they visualize, they will be able to do. E is for exercise, and exercise does not always means that you do a Arnold Schwarzenegger session or something like that. It's a short movement. It's a whatever movement. It could be yoga. It could be anything to elevate energy, mood, and the cognition. R is reading. Reading is your targeted reading. You allocate certain time of the day, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and read whatever, whatever you, whatever you want to develop your expertise in. Management books, or biographies, it could be your subject matter expert, medical, whatever your subject matter, whatever you feel you want to develop your skills in. S is scribbling, journaling, very important. Journaling, it clarifies your thoughts. You are able to uh, sequence your thoughts and also think about your thoughts. We will delve into each of them now. S is silence. So silence, as I told you, is one of the best ways to reduce stress while increasing self-awareness. And in silence, you don't need to sit like a statue. You can meditate, you can pray, you can reflect, and you can do deep breathing. And also, you can have a gratitude practice. To start with, what it is, it's intentional quiet. It is not that you just because you don't have anything else to do, you do it. You intentionally sit, you can meditate, you can pray, do your gratitude to it, and just ensure that you are calm. Don't start looking at your watches. Just say that you will sit like when your thoughts are clear and you sit in silence. Why it works? It regulates stress response, engages the nervous system, it improves attentional control and emotional regulation, and reduces reactivity to distractions. You become more aware of yourself, more you think about your thoughts when you're sitting in silence and become more aware of them, and hence you are able to control them. It brings metacognitive awareness, that is thinking about the thoughts. You think about your thoughts as an observer. So how to do it again, it's totally, but to start with beginner, you could be 2 to 5 minutes. It's not easy to sit in silence, but you can go to a quiet corner, select a quiet time, whatever the time that you feel your children are sleeping, or you can have 5 to 10 minutes, sit. And as you sit, you breathe. How you breathe? You inhale 4 times, hold for 2 breaths, and then exhale for 6. And when you feel distracted, unnecessary thoughts coming up, you come back to the breath. Then as you become more expert in your controlling your breath, you can increase the count 10 minutes, and advance you can do for 15-20 minutes. So some of the common mistakes that happen are that, okay, using silence time to plan, instead of like you're sitting in silence, instead of reflecting, meditating, breathing, you start planning. Okay, what will you do tomorrow? What will you have for dinner? What will I have for lunch? No, I'm sorry. Silence is not for that. That comes when you do scribbling part. You can do it. Journaling part, that what it covers, such aspect planning and future planning and to-do list and all. And chasing no thought, like when you aim ke bhai, when all the thoughts will become zero, your mind will become blank, then you will get up. No, that means you are dead. A person with no thoughts is dead. So thoughts will be there, but point is that you are aware of your thoughts. When you're aware of your thoughts, you know, okay, fine, I'm thinking of something, oh my god, it's a negative thought, I should not think. I should think of what the future, my future planning. I should become aware of your thoughts, name the thoughts, and hence you derive full benefit out of your silence practice. Some of the tips which they have said, you can pair it with light exposure. If it's possible, sit on sunlight, particularly before 12 o'clock, because that sunlight has the vitamin D aspect. Hydrate yourself in the morning. And in case you're pressed for time, you can three. I've given you various options: 3, 10, whatever count as per your thing. So to measure it, because if you want to monitor something, you have to measure it. You see your degree of calmness of your mind and thoughts before and after silence, and see how good or bad it was. And in case you feel that you're not, then you can repeat it. You can repeat it. Next part, affirmations. Now, what are affirmations? We do not consciously choose our inner dialogue. Most of our inner dialogue that we are thinking, either we are comparing to other people, we are cursing ourselves, abusing someone. So we are not consciously choosing a dialogue. Instead, we allow our past experience, both good and bad, to reply over and over again Replay the past instances. You replay, keep replaying analysis, paralysis, synthesis, thesis you make, and they serve you no good. Very few people take responsibility for actively choosing to think positive, proactive thoughts that will add value to their lives. Your self talk has dramatic influence on your level of success in every aspect of your life. Your affirmations are either working for you or against you. If you don't consciously design and choose your affirmations, become very well aware of your self talk that you do, for your colleagues, for yourself, for your office, for anything, because it will determine, it will subconsciously get into your it into your subconscious mind, and you will start acting like that. So even it is said that you should not in your self talk speak ill about yourself, because that will work out. Your subconscious does not make a difference between negative and positive. Just act out what you do. So hence we must stop programming ourselves for life of mediocrity by focusing on what we are doing wrong. Good news is that such a programming can be changed anytime, and this can be done through affirmations, simply by telling yourself okay, who you want to be and how you want to be. So to start, what it is a brief, truthful, and present tense statements that tie our identity to specific actions and content. Okay, you can say, I'm a loving husband, I'm a loving father, I am a critical resource, I am a competent person at work. Keep repeating it to yourself. Why it works? Cognitive priming shapes attention towards opportunities and cues that match your aim. Because you keep telling this to yourself, you internalize that you're a competent person. Eventually, when some task comes, your boss gives you a project, you identify, you give yourself the affirmation that you are competent, and hence you do your best job at it. You have to keep repeating it to yourself till your body and the mind accept that you are competent, you are a loving father, you are a loving husband, and eventually you'll start taking actions as per that affirmation. Behavioral design, when paired with if then plans, increases the follow through. How? Part formula, identify who you are becoming. You can say you are, as I said, now I'm a competent person, I'm a loving father. You can say I'm a consistent writer. If you want to be a writer for compelling reasons to publish useful and grow idea, why do you want to do it? You have to grow your idea and grow your career. Plan, how do you do it? Concrete plan, you'll write for 30 minutes. Proof, evidence of commitment, I wrote 4 pages. So you say I'm a competent person. You keep repeating to yourself. Why? Because when my boss gave me a project, he gave me 3 days, I completed in two days, and then he gave me a good feedback to it. How I'll do it, I'll spend more dedicatedly, I'll spend 2 to 3 hours particularly on this work. So example would be like, for example, in health, you can say I'll move my body every morning for 10 minutes to energize my body. It's a great affirmation, great way to go to a gym and to start exercising. Career, I start work with most valuable task as 8:30 a.m. with my phone in another room. This could be affirmation. Finance, I review spending for 3 minutes after breakfast and log it. Whatever expenses are, start recording and keeping it. Relationship, I offer one genuine appreciation to my partner before I leave for work. If then implementation intentions, if I want to snooze, then I get up, drink water, and decide after 60 seconds. If you want to prove this snooze button, tell yourself I'll not press the snooze button. Keep your watch, keep your clock, keep your mobile somewhere not close to the bed, so you don't have to press the snooze button on the bed. You say, you'll get up, you'll take water, come back, and by that time you'll decide that you'll get up and then start your work. If I feel resistance to journaling, then I'll write 3 bullets only. So have this if then, if for example, if you're in a hurry, then fine. If I'm not doing the full, let me think of a summarized portion as well. But at least let me get into the discipline of doing it, because that way I get into the discipline, and my body every day hears those affirmations and take the actions which are internalized in the subconscious mind. Now, common mistakes are that usually they are affirmations should not be vague or very grandiose. If you're making, you can say 10,000 rupees in a month, just you can't just jump to 100,000 rupees in a month. So you say, fine, by the end of the year, I will make 25,000 rupees. Make it a gradual one, achievable goals which are stretched and which stretch you. Affirmations without behavior always include an action line. Affirmations, as I said, na, I want to be a competent person. I will do the best. I will turn around all my projects within before time, and in such a way that will impress people, something that should include a action to it as well. Now, the next part is visualization. As I said, it's very important. Every athlete, top class athlete, have a confirmed that they have used visualization for their sports. So visualization is frequently used by athletes and top business leaders who visualize themselves living in their ideal day, performing all their tasks with ease, confidence, and enjoyment, enjoying the creative process, free from stress, fear, and writer's block. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. All that you have is all you need. All the powers are within you, they need to be untapped. As they say, na, you don't have to realize your potential, you have to unlock your potential. You have to untap your potential, it's already within you. So visualize who you need to be and what you want in life. So let's start what it is. Deliberate mental rehearsal of both process and desired outcome for your day or your key goal. Deliberate mental rehearsal of both process and desired outcome. So it talks about you don't just desire the outcome. If I'll make 25,000, you desire the process as well. You have to work hard. I have to give a top quality output for me to earn the increments or to get to a better job. So mental, it's mental. You don't need to make a picture or something. You don't like outside. You have to just mentally do it. Why it works? Activates neural pathways similar to physical rehearsals and strengthens readiness, reduces anxiety by familiarizing the mind with challenging steps. You think it's that particular shot of intense is very difficult, that particular project is very difficult, but you visualize can no, you see yourself doing it, you see yourself reading the particular policies, you see yourself educating yourself to do it, and hence it will become easier and you will break your task into simple steps. So the script to do it, how to do it, one slow breath, picture where you are, probably at your desk, at your gym, wherever you want that action to take place. Rehearse the process. The process is very important. See yourself doing your first day, first step, picking up, lifting your weight, and then in the next two step you can probably see the weight getting down, then doing it again, or in a particular project you see yourself working ardently for 2 to 3 hours without distractions. You keep the distractions away, choose a particular time of the day when you are distraction free. So the obstacle to it could be you visualize a likely obstacle. Like you just don't visualize everything going your way. Probably you can visualize a distraction, someone coming and asking for a favor. You can visualize fatigue. You can visualize somebody calling you or anything visualize, and then you visualize a polite way how you will respond to that. You will respond to that distraction. You will probably tell the person, "I'll get back to you," or "Give me some time." You will keep your cell away, something like that, how you do it. So some of the common mistakes are only fantasizing the results, not the process. As I said earlier, you visualize the end result, but you also visualize the process, how you'll do it. Okay, fine, you will become the top performer. How? You visualize the process. You will work hard at your work, you will read all the policies, people will refer to you because you know all your work, you guide others, you help others, people see your leadership qualities like that. And then rushing, usually scenery to detail instead of vividness. You just rush through your scenery. Okay, fine, I'll just play a shot. No, it's like that. You have to see your slow motion. You have to see that particular activity in slow motion and visualize, involve all your senses and visualize as much as possible. Involve all your senses, visualize as much as possible. Hence, again, how do you measure it? And if you can just say before and after visualization how effective the activity went, and then you will know. Now, moving on to the next slide, it's about the exercise. So, exercise, we all know what it is. Short daily movements. It could be you can allocate some time to it, keep a time block to elevate energy, mood, and cognitive readiness. Why it works? Increases arousal and blood flow. Any exercise would do that. Boost dopamine for motivation and mood. You could be yoga, it could be a small exercise. It supports learning and plasticity. It signals the start of the day, particularly when it's done at the start of the day. And most successful people do their exercises at the beginning of the day. Safety principles is that, okay, first of all, you should warm up. Just don't start picking 10 kg weight without warm up, because then, yes, you will get muscle pull. Consistency beats intensity. It's not like one day you go to a gym, you pick 20 kg weight, and then next you cannot go for another 20 days. It's not like that. You go every day, pick up 5 kg, 6 kg, whatever is in your within your power, but do it consistently. You can budget, allocate time to it. I'll get up every morning. For the first 20 minutes, I'll do yoga. For the first 10 minutes, I'll do 10 push-ups per day in the morning. Whatever you in the evening before after work, I'll go to gym. I'll spend an hour, something like that. You make your you make your you make your plan. Some of the common mistakes are skipping entirely if you don't do a full session. Sometimes you get discouraged. Okay, fine. Oh my God, I have not done this particular push-up in a day, and then you skip the whole session. So it's not like that. So you pace yourself accordingly, you have time allocated to it, and you act accordingly. And coming to the next one, which is reading, again, very important part of it. Nothing, you if you have to live, reading is as important as living, eating, breathing. So reading, what it is, again, focus intake of ideas that solves today's problems or build targeted skills. You can read, as I said, again, as per your skill, as per the skills you want to develop, as per the your profile, you can read, but do read, allocate certain time to it. Why it works? Because it loads high leverage concepts while cognitive bandwidth is fresh, compounds quickly. If you read 10 pages in a day, that means 3,650 pages in a year, and which almost could be equal to around 50 books. And then if you read 50 books on a particular topic, on a or particular area of expertise, you can do yourself imagine how your expertise will develop. Selection and strategy. You can again choose books tied to a current goal. Whatever your goal is, you want to read on leadership, strategy, finance, accounting, medical, whatever. Keep an active queue of 3 books. It's usually good to have 3 or 4 books and read them all at the same time, so that you don't get bored just by reading one book consistently. Because after reading certain time, you could just get bored and put away the book. So how do you active reading? You capture 3 ideas. Okay, fine, I'm read 10 pages in a day. What's the key idea over here? What's the key message over here? What's the key quote over here? Let me write it. You can write it, make a record of it. Or if you read for half an hour, you read 10 pages, 20 pages. Just ask yourself what's the key idea and what's the key takeaway, so that you can apply. Some of the common mistakes are they just reading without application. Reading, knowledge is not power, knowledge is potential power. Applied knowledge is power, as Anthony Robbins said. So, in order to apply whatever you read, just see how it's applicable to your work, to your life, in whatever way, relationship, spirituality, in any way possible. Switching books too often, like as I said, now you take 3 to 4 books and read them alternatively. You can read probably one day you can read 10 pages of one book, another day 10 pages of another book, so that you don't get bored. But more than that, switching books too often, you will not end up finishing any. Last and very important, scribbling or journaling, which basically means you have to record all your ideas, all your thoughts on a particular piece of paper or on a journal which you maintain. Why journaling leads to leads you to think clearly, decide priorities, and encode gratitude and lessons. This, by journaling your thought, you externalize thoughts, reduces cognitive load. You're thinking of so many things, but once you put them into paper, you have transferred your things to paper, and hence you feel lighter, better, and increases follow through. You can refer back to them sometime later. Okay, okay, fine. 3 days back, I was feeling this about this person. Now I'm able to sort of nurse my feelings, and now I'm much better. It creates a record to learn, and it reveals patterns over time. And again, as I said, daily templates are, okay, you can have 3 bullets. You can have one about gratitude, one about top priority, first tiny step you take towards the first time activity. Then you can also write about particular wins that you had, the lessons which you learned today, whatever. Journal them in a proper way, in the way that you want. You can have journal about a gratitude. Okay, fine. What are the good things I did today? Who did I help today? Anything which I need to work on today that you can do. So journaling, again, it put into perspective all the various aspects that you had to do. You could also see what are the current problems you're facing, how to handle them, and probably by journaling it, it puts into perspective, and you're able to come up with some solutions. Now author also talks about some of the tools which you can use in your day-to-day life. That's, alarm across the room, hydrate yourself in the morning and night before. If you want to go to a gym, lay out your clothes, do keep your things in order, park phone outside the room. Little things which you can do in your daily life to improve the quality of your life and to ensure that you live the best version of yourself. So thank you, please subscribe my channel and see you soon. Thank you.